I've long been captivated by the idea of climbing the north faces of the Ascent wall. Then suddenly, it just hit me. Why fight this urge when it would be way more fun to just tackle one of those peaks instead? The area is really unique. It draws attention for its towering walls, autonomy, and the abundance of potential first ascents. The Sabakh area remains even more isolated and uncharted, making it all the more enticing for mountaineers. And at the same time, only a handful of daring expeditions have ventured there. And those, bold enough to try, were the strongest males teams. Alright guys, so the epic part is over. Now let's dive into the fun and relaxed phase, the climbing itself. The logistics of this expedition were quite an adventure on their own. First, we hopped on a plane to Osh, a vibrant city teeming with cows and people with bustling marketplace that never seems to stop. From there, we embarked on a full day's journey to Ozgurush, the last settlement on the way to the Ascent wall. And then, upon arrival, we loaded around 200 kilos of equipment and provisions onto donkeys and horses. And well, the real fun began. And it was a unique thrill. When the horse wranglers left, we suddenly realized that we were totally alone. Just the four of us, our rope team and our coach, with miles of desolate wilderness around. Honestly, I was totally blown away when I saw the wall. It was buried under fresh snow, and that could have made things super tricky. To acclimatize and warm up, we decided to climb a giant dihedral of the rocky West Paros. The terrain really looked promising. Beautiful rock climbing pitches involving friction climbing. Sabakh. And we were confidently making progress, but soon, oops, we just realized that our so-called rocky Paris wasn't rocky at all. So the final sections were packed with snow and ice, which obviously meant mixed climbing. Without any ice machines or crampons, we started climbing ice and mixed terrain with a rocky hammer, occasionally using it to chop steps. And this was really incredible innovative climbing. Definitely not a lack of planning or foresight. I'm not sure if we want to repeat it, but, well, it was certainly an interesting experience. Finally, the big day has arrived. Once again, amazed by the size of Argo, we figured out that the only spot where you couldn't see its intimidating wall was from the wall itself. So we started climbing up. We tackled a nice gully, which had completely melted out by day 5 as we rappelled down. The worms made the ice unstable and sketchy, so I opted for mixed climbing, even though climbing in the ice would have been easy and quicker. Nonetheless, we managed to climb the first 500 meters of vertical gain, nearly half of the route quite quickly, so completing it in one day.
Оля тащит всю гору. И так 5 дней будет, видимо. А мы будем таскать рюкзаки.
Красота. Бабоньки там уже охерели. Проклянут. Классический альпинизм. Микст. Опа. Yeah! The weather was erratic. Bright sunshine would suddenly give way to a thunderstorm, hail and snow.
Вот так мы здорово проводим лето!
The second half of the wall became significantly steeper, with slippery, ice-filled cracks, loose rock, and a serious risk of rockfall. The next 2 days of climbing were intense. The mountain gave us all the joy we could handle. Hauling our heavy equipment was a real endurance test that we somehow miraculously managed to pass. And I faced a demanding 8 section with vertical disconnected blocks, so when you remove a piece of protection, it might trigger a cascade of failures. Пипец, это было страшно. Пролезла в рассыпную штуку, угол какой-то. Девицы, надеюсь, спасутся. Живое все. Вот этот большой балдыган, вот этот, все абсолютно живое. Просто не дыша. Фух, ну, клево. Ладно, кажется, дальше мы выходим на положение.
3-й день уже лезем на этот первый проход. Такая у нас погода. И ни хера не видно. Впереди, видимо, скалолазы. У скалолазов тепло, хорошо, солнце светит. А не вот это вот все. Где-то там долгожданный этот дурацкий камин. У нас по-прежнему ничего не видно. Там что-то с веревками. Лезем. Не то лед, не то снег.
Охеренно. Белая мгла. Какой мерзкий друг. Человек мучается, я даже не могу ему помочь. Nastya tackled an incredibly frozen chimney with fearless precision. Мохито освежающий. Кайф, да? And as if that wasn't enough, we had a well-worn cartilage that simply refused to cooperate and was clearly designed to test our willpower and sense of humor. Because without this, the daily 2-hour wrestling match to assemble this ledge would have been unbearable.
Хотим домой. А нас не выпустят с горы, пока не залезем. Вот лезем. Оля сегодня с Баулом развлекается. Уже с ним разговаривает. Хвалит его, котиком называет.
While Dasha took on a standing crack, stretching several pitches, pushing her to 7B in French.
Вот, лезли вроде как на высокую какую-то стену. А тут хуяк. Можно было обойти пешком. Какой-то туристический перевал, блин. Это мы вот так вот вылезли после парочки дней
Оборвалка.
мокреньких ночевок. Тут такие треники сушатся. А, я без каски, черт.
Rappelling down from the saddle went smoothly. Whew, the ropes didn't get stuck even once. However, there were many free-hanging rappels which, well, with heavy backpacks, turned into excellent exercise for the core and back muscles, of course. As Mark Twain famously said, it doesn't have to be fun to be fun. This is kind of a really significant turning point for us, I guess.
Все, пошли?
Да.